get this party started. Chat, you know that we love getting you executives from publicly traded companies so that we can get your questions in the chat answered. So we'd love for you to be active because we've got a good one today as well. It's Dr. Wong Triue, who is the CEO and chairman of Oncotelic Therapeutics. Ticker on the OTCQB market is OTLC. All access starts right now. Dr. Triue, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Appreciate you for joining us today. And I know you've got a presentation, so whenever you want to bring that up, you can just call for it and we'll show the slides if you would like to do so. But before we kind of dive into the nitty gritty of things, if you could explain it to me and the viewers at home, like we're five, what is it that your company does?
So our company is a biotechnology company. We're developing immunotherapy against solid tumors. Our main asset is OT-101, which is an antisense drug, similar to the COVID vaccine and other drug of that type. Our focus has been to leverage on the clinical data and push it into commercializations. But given the current financing situation in biotech, there's no way you can raise a couple hundred million to put into commercialization. So we formed a joint venture with Golden Mountain Partner, where we put the asset in. We take 45% of the joint venture. Golden Mountain Partner with they have 60 billion in asset, and they put in initially 23 million to get the program running. And we're planning to grow that joint ventures into an IPO in Hong Kong by early or middle of next year. And the plan tentatively is to go IPO at roughly a billion in valuation. So that's currently the market cap for OTLC is what, 10, 15 million?
Mm-hmm.
But that's a big jump in valuations. So our focus has been really on developing these joint ventures.
All right. Well, I appreciate the insight on that. Yeah, it definitely is a big jump. But, cancer is such a hot topic. A lot of folks have tried to go ahead and process it to where it's a little bit beneficial for the human life. So what kind of makes the RNA therapeutics so effective against cancers?
Well, our focus is looking at TGF beta, which is the main driver of oncogenesis, but it has been a really difficult one to tackle. There's a lot of people targeting it and fail. There are quite a few spectacular failure, even in the last couple of years. Primarily because there are three isoforms, 1, 2, and 3. We focus on 2. Everyone else focus on 1 and 3. But as it turned out, our bet is right, is that knocking down 2, you improve survival across multiple cancer types. But knocking down 1 and 3, you actually worsen survival. So right now, we have at this time point, we clearly have a differentiation, and we clearly at the advantage. And our drug is into phase 3 trial, and we feel very confident that we be able to commercialize this drug and be an effective immunotherapy against cancer. There, you're really looking at curing the cancer. You're not looking at prolonging life. You're actually looking at getting rid of the tumor itself.
Got it. And then you mentioned earlier that the stake that you have in Cyber Biosciences, that's the 1 billion eval when you go public, right? That's what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Just want to confirm that for the folks at home. Now, recently you received an award for top cancer solutions provider in 2023. Why did you kind of get the award? What was so special about what y'all are doing that you had deserved this?
I think it's in recognition of the fact that we've been at it for a long time, and there's a lot of naysayer that TGF beta 2 is the wrong isoform to go after. For a while there, every time we go anywhere, they say, "Well, we're going after beta 1." But now it's clearly proven that beta 1 is not going to be the right target. Beta 2 is the right one. So.
Got it. Appreciate the insights on that. Yeah, because you talked about initiating earlier about the 2B and the phase 3 study of OT-101. Have we? Can we dive a little bit more into like what the trial of that will look like moving forward?
We're moving into a phase 3 trial in pancreatic cancer, which is a really difficult tumor type. Um, it had it hasn't changed over the last 20, 30 years in terms of survival. It's
Yeah,
still the worst tumor type to have. And actually, the incidence of pancreatic cancer increased. And mortality wise, pancreatic cancer is going to be the top one, top second, or top third in terms of mortality. So in this trial, we're looking at enrolling about 500 patients. Half of them are going to be standard of care, which is FOLFIRINOX. The other half going to be OT101 plus standard of care, which is FOLFIRINOX. And we feel very comfortable that we'll be able to beat the standard of care. Once, if that happens, the interim read is roughly a year from now. When that happens, we would apply to early submission to the FDA, and we'll do a rolling submission until completion of the trial. So we're anticipating getting it approved and on the market within 3 years.
got it. All right, so 3 years timeline is what we're kind of looking at that now. AI has kind of changed the world in so many different ways, right? Even whenever I do my job in terms of research, broadcasting, different things like that, AI has definitely helped me kind of up my game, take it to the next level. How is AI changing how research is being done specifically for y'all?
We embraced AI early on. We acquired Ponder AI, which is in 2019. Since then, we have implemented the AI technology across the company. We're using it to drive everything from creating chatbots so that you can take your data, your document, and for the employee to be able to query and ask and be able to dive into the document without this barrier in terms of knowledge. And as you know, most in a company developing a drug, you involve a lot of specialty, going from toxicology to clinical to regulatory. Everyone speaks different language, right? The fact that you have
Yeah.
AI sitting in the middle, everyone throw their question at the AI, the chatbot, and the response came back. So there's we kind of remove all the silos and allow everyone to communicate effectively. Even you're going from the entry level employee to myself to the C level folks, everyone able to communicate with one another.
Gotcha. Appreciates the insights on that one, especially with, again, I feel like AI is just going to kind of unlock different things that we haven't been able to do and also help us do it faster so we can get further down the road with our timelines as well. Doc, we've talked about a lot of things here today. I did kind of want to give you the floor in case there's anything that you'd like to discuss. I know you have a slide, so if you wanted to talk about that for a minute or any other topic, the show is yours.
No, I think the main thing for our investor to realize is that the company main asset is OT101, which being developed at the joint venture. We did that so that we don't have to go out and do a big raise and dilute everyone down and take on warrants that
Right.
kill the company. So right now, the joint venture we have 20 million in the bank, and like we are backed by Golden Mountain Partner, which has 60 billion in asset. So we in a really good position to grow the company. Well, this first year we've been developing OT101. We're moving into clinical trial. Right now, we're developing a series of nanomedicines to flesh out the pipeline. And in 2024, we're going to build out a 200,000 square foot facility to support manufacturing for our commercialization activity, as well as to use the excess for a CDMO activity. So the company has grown tremendously, and the
Yeah.
valuation has increased over time, which people don't really realize that. We don't talk about it much, but that's where we are.
No, totally understand. I appreciate the perspective on where you have been, where you are, and where you're looking to go. Thank you so much for joining us. That is Dr. Wang Triue, who is the CEO and chairman of Oncotelic Therapeutics. Ticker on the OTCQB market is OTLC. Doc, thank you once again for joining us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. It's always great when you can have conversations about what biotech companies are doing in the world in terms of cancer at the very least. We appreciate you in the chat for watching All Access. We'll see you next time.